Hi everybody, I am Brian Mullins the Fox, and welcome to Setting the Pace, Episode 6, where we'll cover the Texas Sharpshooter Fallacy. Here are a couple of definitions of the Texas Sharpshooter Fallacy. First one, according to logicallyfallacious.com, the Texas Sharpshooter Fallacy is when you're ignoring the difference or differences whilst focusing on the similarities, thus coming to an inaccurate conclusion. Similar to the gambler's fallacy, which we'll cover in the next episode, this is an example of inserting meaning into randomness. This is also similar to the post-designation fallacy, but with the Texas Sharpshooter fallacy, the focus is generally a result of deliberate misleading. And then here's this definition right here. The Texas Sharpshooter. You're cherry-picking data clusters to suit an argument or finding a pattern to fit a presumption. This quote-unquote false cause fallacy is coined after a marksman shooting at barns and then painting a bullseye target around the spot where the most bullet holes appear. Clusters naturally appear by chance and don't necessarily indicate causation. For example, the makers of sugarette candy drinks point to research showing that of the 5 countries where sugarette drinks sell the most units, 3 of them are in the top 10 healthiest countries on Earth. Therefore, sugarette drinks are healthy. That's a pretty goddamn good example right there, I'm not gonna lie. In comparison to cherry picking, the Texas Sharpshooter is actually worse than cherry picking because at least when you cherry pick sometimes, even if your sneaky brain does it for you, you're using or inventing a hypothesis before you did the actual research. But unlike that, I've done the research before I came to the very conclusions I made before that, without having to cherry pick. I accounted for food waste, I accounted for the actual price of an average 10 to 12 person Christmas dinner during the roast game era, so I'm not guilty of cherry picking in this case when it comes to the topic of the roast game ever. Nor am I guilty of the Texas Sharpshooter fallacy. So, what I've done for the past 5+ years does not at all undercut the claim or the validity of the roast game as a past phenomenon and a fact that is observable not just with statistics, but with observable reality itself. So, in conclusion, the Texas Sharpshooter fallacy is worse than cherry picking, but oh no, we're not done with fallacies yet. In the next episode, we will be digging into the gambler's fallacy. I am Brian Mullins the Fox, signing out. See you then.